Americans have been getting fatter every year since 1980. Compare pictures of beaches from the 70s to today and holy crap dude, pull up your pants. Anyways, something obviously changed from then to now. With diseases on the rise every year for a few decades, the government stepped in and in 1992 created the worst healthy eating guideline ever made.
And I'm gonna be following it for the next 24 hours starting with breakfast. At a 2,800 calorie a day diet, which is what I eat, the USDA food pyramid recommends 11 servings of grains per day.
According to the USDA, healthy grains include bread, muffins, cereal, rice, and cookies.
So for breakfast, I have 3 servings of French toast with some fruit on top, and I'm washing it down with a glass of vegetable juice. And I'll go ahead and put all the macros for each meal over here. That way you can see the carbs, fat, and protein of everything I'm eating.
But other than eating 11 servings of grain a day, what else does the food pyramid tell us to eat? 5 servings of vegetables and 4 servings of fruit, which is more carbs. Good, I was just thinking we needed more. But if you thought 20 servings of carbs was too much, it gets worse. So I finished up my government healthy breakfast of bread.
All right, we're done.
And headed to the gym for a 90-minute push day session and played pickleball with a friend after for another hour. And needless to say, I was getting hungry.
For lunch, I have 2 servings of pasta, a cup of sauce, a cup of spinach, a piece of bread, a serving of cheese, and I'm washing it down with a cup of apple juice. Again, I'll put the macros right here. This is so many carbs.
Yeah, I fell asleep. My grain-based diet basically put me in a carb coma and I napped for 20 minutes.
Bro, this is insane. They really told people for 19 years that this was the best way to eat. You know, the cookie monster, dude? I'm the bread monster right now. Anyways, I'm gonna go take a cold shower. After that, I'm gonna go on a little run. I'm gonna try to wake up a little bit. Yeah, I'll see you guys there. Some of you guys called me out in my last video because I said that I ran for 45 minutes, but I only went 2.5 miles. And you're absolutely right. That is a big stretch to call that running. And I Love Metal for Life even commented and said, you can do better, which is the same energy as I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. So I'm gonna get a real run in today. I'm gonna get a much better run. And I'm doing this one just for I Love Metal for Life. Also, it's beginning to sprinkle. I'm not sure if it's gonna rain, but you know, sort of as KSI would say, that's just how the story goes. I guess you could kind of say we're in the thick of it.
So to take advantage of the fact that I had more carbs in my system than Nikocado after... Wait, I can't make fun of him. He's not even fat anymore. W Nikocado, by the way. Anyways, I had a lot of carbs in my system, so I ran like Bigfoot was chasing me. It took me a few minutes to realize that he actually was chasing me. And when I did realize, I turned around and shot him 5 times. And then I continued with my run.
Now this just in, police officers in
Dayton, Ohio,
we're asking people to be on the lookout for a man who
shot Bigfoot.
We do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description. He's got a nose and some hair.
If you guys hear anything on the news about the death of Bigfoot, just know I had nothing to do with it. But if I did have anything to do with it, it would have been his fault because he was the one chasing me. Anyways, I just finished my run. I'll show on screen 3.24 miles, which is a little bit better than 2.5, still not great, but I will be waiting for I Love Metal for Life. If he decides to comment, then I will pin it down below. Okay, now it's time for my mid-afternoon snack. I have ice cream and I have cut up apples. You guys might be wondering, Isaac, what food group is ice cream in? Surely this has nothing to do with the food pyramid. Well, you would be mistaken. Ice cream is part of the dairy food group. So does pudding and frozen yogurt. You can't make this shit up.
But after this healthy afternoon snack, I was still deficient in grains, so for dinner,
I'm having this huge bowl of rice with a little bit of chicken and a cup of broccoli on top. To be honest, this is the only meal that I think is pretty fairly balanced out of every meal I've had. Like, you know, it's chicken, broccoli, rice. Like, you can't fuck that up. Oh, and of course, how rude of me to forget. There's also a glass of vegetable juice.
But if that wasn't bad enough, after this meal, according to the USDA, I was still deficient in grains, which is a series of words that might quite literally make Paul Saladino's balls shrink. It's recommended to eat 11 servings of grains, and I only had 9 at this point. So just like police officers giving out tickets for going 4 miles an hour over the speed limit at the end of the month,
I have a quota.
And I had to eat 1/4 final healthy meal.
A bowl of cereal and a banana.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.
And we are done. That is a lot of fucking carbs. I tracked all my macros and I'll put them on the screen right here. You can see over 500 grams of carbs. I shouldn't gain any weight. I walked like 20,000 steps today.
It's easy to see why this food pyramid didn't slow down obesity at all. The USDA, who made the food group, is a government agency that works with the FDA to keep us healthy and our food safe. But you guessed it, the food pyramid was paid for nearly in full by the agricultural industry. There was a financial incentive to lie to Americans and say a diet consisting of majority grains including bread, cereal, and muffins, is healthy. But they discontinued this pyramid in 2011 and replaced it with the My Plate guidelines, supposedly to make a visual that is easier to understand. But it's not much better. It's still confusing and it still suggests a lot of grains, and it still puts sugary cereal on the same level as something healthy like sourdough bread. Then fast forward to late 2021 when the Food Compass came out. The Food Compass was basically a scoring system from 1 to 100 to rate how healthy a particular food is with a number, and it rated Lucky Charms 2 times higher than eggs cooked in butter. It rated vegan cheese higher than real cheese, and almond milk 2 times higher than whole milk. But then you see the Food Compass was paid for by a company that makes plant-based alternatives like almond milk, you know, the foods that were coincidentally rated the healthiest on this list. And you realize that almost all of our data on health food is a lie and is paid for by the people that benefit from pushing misinformation. When it comes to food, whatever the government tells you to do, just do the opposite.